Howdy, and welcome back to Disco Elysium with Wickedstorm Gaming. We are looking at dice. Can any repurpose contain thousands of dice? Another dice goblin. I can relate.
Hello, I'm
Hello.
Nia.
Bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her
Did you
hair.
try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now.
Well, I haven't knocked on your window. Why are you asking me about dice?
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind? I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong.
I'd like some custom dice.
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Sure, I like role-playing games and need some dice, man. I'm not really sure why I'm here, honestly. Else, seriously, answers. Right now, I'm a police officer. I use questions. Answers.
Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
Rows of precious stones and minerals.
This person means you, or no one else. Absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
Oh, that's a convenient change.
How did I become one?
Yes.
It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there. Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Good.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Cursed dice. The most extraordinary dice. I didn't actually know what dice I want. Well, normal dice for me, please, very regular. Looking for something to help me with my work. Actually, I need some time to think about it.
What do you
Cursed
mean by
dice.
cursed?
As cursed as my life. Like this world. Who the fuck is that?
Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give you your cursed die.
I need to think about
Maybe
it.
you have some other ideas for die?
Yes. What's your most
A star that
extraordinary
fell from the
dice?
firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure?
Didn't the other one cost? There was 7 real. Cost more than 7. I'm a superstar. I got $10, but I'm a superstar. Like, does that lock it in? I don't want to lock it in. I want to see what the other ones are.
Alright, maybe some other die then? Ah, yes, Fortress Accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The Wiro Untethered die is a variation of a standard role-playing die. Only, instead of plants, it uses motives of ice and death. And loss, of course. I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
Those sound like some badass dice, honestly. What's a standard role-playing dice?
It's an icosi tetrahedron, a 24-sided die that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, and 12-sided die. with a single roll.
Damn.
Technically, you can also use it for many other sizes, but you may need to reroll results. Untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping.
Yeah.
Cast it in something hard like resin though, and voila, it's perfect. Maybe you have some other ideas for dyes?
I don't know
How
what I
about
want.
an amber dye?
Amber, a poor man's gold.
Who told you amber was cheap?
Yeah,
It's
it's
beautiful,
fossilized
really,
resin. Or
and has
like
been treasured
tree
since
sap, isn't it?
ancient times. For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from piece of amber with a fossilized insect. It's perfect for those who can't seem to let go of their past.
Well, that's not for me. I can't even remember my past. That's pretty fucking hard let go right there.
Maybe you have some other ideas for that? I
Then help me
think I
work.
have just the right one for you.
2 players, white and blue, cradle and
Police
palm.
colors.
Ooh.
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here,
Maybe,
catch.
maybe.
They're a gift from me.
Ooh, catch him.
You overthink it. Your hands can't agree what to do, and the 2 dice drop to the floor and scatter in opposite directions, like pearls from a broken string. The blue one disappears down the pit in the center of the room.
Man!
Ah, down the drain, like your career.
Oh, that hurts.
I apologize, officer. That comment was unnecessary.
That one hurts. I don't play fair. Oh, I'm picking it
That
up. I want the
one
dice.
is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay.
Ooh.
The other one was the inverse. They were a set, you see, but now the set is broken.
I mean, what stopped me from going down and picking it up?
It's a shame. They might have brought you luck. And you definitely need luck in Martinez.
I'm gonna go
Is
see if I
she
can find
pitying you? Good God, she's pitying you.
I'm awfully pitiable.
Now, was there anything else? Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here.
Oh, yes, the
The
ghost.
lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She says, to try and come up with an
During
example.
daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but
Oh.
in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it. And I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
You mean cool, but like, how did you set up here?
She nods.
Anything else, officer? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's
Yeah.
strange, I know.
So it's ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal black soot.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here.
As long as no one starts the fucking furnace.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
There's rooms that it's probably fucking illegal too, honestly. But then again, like I don't know the fucking laws on this. Apparently, it's fine to throw rocks at corpses.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Ooh. Wait, did he explain what happened to all those companies? And it's just one of them sent me. She's convinced this place is swarming with magic entities.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've
Yes.
heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
She's occurs. Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going. Just biding its time before it strikes again. Sooner or later, everyone will fall. I don't know why the bookstore hasn't gone bankrupt yet. That's why I mean, unless she has to exploit her daughter. She could just get a fucking wooden board that says opened and closed on it.
All right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
I thought that was a different building. Yes, it's still a separate building. The missionary can't reach there. No, the Whirling Rays isn't doing well either. The waitress just took off and the customers had trouble paying the bills. That's me. I'm the one that's not paying the bill. You're right, the Whirling Ray doesn't really look like it's cursed.
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East of the Commerce Central project. And then there is me.
I was going to say, you seem to be doing fine. From knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years.
Damn!
From novelty dice to role-playing enthusiast. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Damn it, I was really hoping it was a real
It's
ghost.
because she's in cahoots with the demon.
She's in cahoots with the Various things is because you're a source of it all. I mean, this gonna be like a language. It's because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. Curse doesn't affect people like you. Curse will get to you, you have no doubt about it. You just don't care about earthly time frames. I'll be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies so-called cursed.
What, so the curse only affects people with poor work ethics? What you're
It's called the
describing
curse
isn't
of
a
the
curse.
lazy.
It's capitalism.
Damn, she got me there.
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity.
You are fucking nutty.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Very mysteriously. Starting to see that there's no curse, there are only business decisions and natural market, but still not sure. This world is a puzzling place. I don't think it's her. I think she might be the reason for some of the rumors. Like just her voice echoing down here, like maybe she's singing along with something in her headphones.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring.
That sucks. But then why did the corpse speak to me earlier?
But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can...
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
What?
The bookstore closes starting 2100. You'll have to do that tomorrow.
Legendary 14.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Ooh.
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar.
Oh,
They
that's what
weren't
that
a big
poster
hit
was
around
for.
Here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
Yeah, and also anything with long hair and, machinery doesn't usually end too good.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you.
No. And they don't laugh at my fucking disco pants?
I guess it just wasn't the time yet. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemiteps Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Yeah.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
He's sort of the king around here. He's a ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies.
Oh, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth?
Ah.
Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard.
Fucked him
I
back in the
think
dark.
it would take more than a gym to help that kid. A kind man from Zemsk.
I don't know
I
where that
heard
is.
he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Yeah, just the kids are
It
actually working out.
didn't.
No.
If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
We need to go check that bag.
You should have known it.
Should have known.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. Oh, this one's a mess.
Oh.
There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff medias. Who would have guessed? And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
What does she mean?
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Okay, good.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron?
Yeah,
the
taxidermist.
taxidermist. No, he mostly just did drugs.
But what drugs exactly?
I shouldn't be listening to you.
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
Oh.
Eventually, they caused him to lose control of his bladder.
Oh.
The smell was awful.
Never had a bit of
Even you can probably do better than that. You can almost see it. A small, sickly old man, hunched behind his work desk, his pants stained with old piss,
Ew.
stuffing a sad, stiff-legged raccoon dog. The entire scene looks tragic.
I found a lot of creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect. Okay.
The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket.
So make different clothes. Stop making the ones that are expensive as hell.
Naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
Yeah, they got no one to drop a collection and start a new one. I'm glad that someone took care of the little guys. I like insects, but insects don't have any brains or feeling. They have brains, kind of, I think. They got what they deserved making clothes out of beetle wings. Terrible idea. I mean, it doesn't sound comfortable, does it? Like, chitin is, like, hard. Ugh. Just imagine wearing a dress made out of beetle wings. The noises it'd make while you moved. I like
Really?
bugs.
Anyway,
Dead flies, slang eyes, back lasers. Eh. Maybe not flies.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
Probably because that corpse is probably full of them.
they were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money.
Oh, that little bastard. She rests her chin on her hand with an impish smile.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
That's illegal running all the company's money like that. Why hasn't he been arrested?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47.
You know, for someone who gets really into the zone and doesn't really pay attention to what's going on around her, she sure does know a
I
lot.
have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much
Yeah, if everything
use
got
now, I
seized,
guess.
right?
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
Yeah. Memory lights up her
She
face.
liked them.
Oh.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems.
so they knew you were
every
in the
now and
chimney?
then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules. The usual, they ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time. Well, I did hear them talking at times.
Still hear the chit-chat behind the curtains.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
Okay, I mean, it did look impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, even if they didn't get it up and running, I feel like that'd be kind of a pretty small market.
In the end,
Like,
they
it'd be
just didn't get it
badass,
done.
and they'd have some very
They didn't
loyal
have enough
customers, but they'd be
willpower
very
to
small
produce
market.
something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
Yeah, dude, that does help. Showing up to work.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important.
Or showing up at all.
Showing up to work on time is hard.
It's hard.
No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
It is incredibly hard. That's too bad. What if it supported them? It fucking sounded awesome. Like I said, I feel like it's a very niche thing. Niche. If you're ready, should have just tried harder.
Not the wisest decision.
Nah,
You would have lost all your savings.
that's true.
The dice is
Sad, but true.
and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
What dice?
Anything else?
I'm gonna ask about the rest of these, but I'm gonna have to do it next time. Nah, I might as well
Oh
finish it
boy,
off.
the fabled Revo Show ICT. You're in for a treat here.
I might as well finish this off. I don't remember next time. Oh, you're the comedian ready to tell a
The
story.
place was
Oh,
owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
the bear. How did the bear? I want to know about the bear too.
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents
Oh.
per hour to man the booth.
I mean, sex sells.
And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Yeah, pretty face does not equal pretty worth ethic.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls.
What did they expect? 20 cents per hour is dog's pay. I'm surprised they showed up to work at all. It's a award-winning idea. How else do you choose people around here? I don't have an opinion on employing teams. I just want to know how did it didn't work out for business. Clearly they went bankrupt.
Oh, but they did.
Ooh.
They did show up to work, and not alone. There were also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the ice cream stand. And they already had the bear.
What about the bear?
The bear.
I really want that bear fridge.
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator.
I
To
think it
make
looks
matters worse,
awesome.
the fridge didn't work too well either.
Oh,
and
never
half
mind.
The ice
I don't
cream
want it
came
anymore.
out malformed and partially melted.
Damn. Like, that would be an awesome snack fridge. Scare everybody away from your secret snacks.
Eventually, Ravishow ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5
Out of
cents
regular
apiece.
fridges.
Out of regular fridges.
Doing his job. I'm sure the bear was doing his best. The bear was scary. Every time I saw the bear, I felt scared. I killed the bear. I unplugged it. I killed
You
the
did
bear.
What?
This was here an inch closer to you. I had to kill the bear. To become the bear, I murdered it with my own bare hands, laid it to rest as my trophy now. Unplugged the fridge. Yeah. I'm gonna become the
I
bear.
can see the stripes.
I forgot I did that. Bear put up a good stripe. Stripes would keep me human.
That bear was one mighty mammal. The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherian.
Wait, it's a real fucking bear? They stuck a real bear, a fridge inside of a real bear gut? That is crazy.
Scary, but cool.
It is cool, but I don't think it's sanitary.
Oh, I totally understand.
Oh.
Anything else?
Oh, I found the Billy Aircom, but it's not working.
Right. I hope you didn't try to ring me.
I tried to ring a lot of
I
people.
think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion. That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It
Dude,
doesn't work
I
yet.
got some terrifying shit. Like,
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center
I feel like we
project.
already
If
talked about
the
that.
whirling is part of the same building, then It's part of the doomed commercial area.
Doomed.
The
Well, I mean, the
darkness of
corpse in
place
the
is
fucking
there,
yard ain't gonna
too.
help that either, to be fair. We gotta get that down.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure. If my advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick track, especially pinball.
Pinball's awesome, though. The machines are huge. That's the only real problem with
Agreed.
it.
Pinball is the worst.
I like
His
pinball.
disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
I want to talk about this. This is a scary bitch.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years.
I
Are you
know.
sure it was Slipstream SEA?
Was it?
a
I know
woman?
her as she would
Maybe
have.
it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
Whatever she was from the. What do I hear,
Tricentennial
heartbeat?
Electrics? It used to be a major electric.
100 years ago?
100
Oh,
years
no.
ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank?
No,
on you?
some creepy old lady with the scariest fucking sound effects over her
No.
voice I've ever heard.
It was something else. It was eerie.
It was spooky as fuck.
Pranks can be eerie.
Nah, not this eerie. It was an old lady.
Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
No solidarity. Just disloyal little fucks.
Sure, I'm listening.
I had other
Good.
questions.
I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I'm gonna leave for now. We'll come back to this next
Hey.
time. Who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just
I'm a
stop
love word.
building love, too?
There's a what? 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 Well, this worked out great.
We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted by human beings. Is that right?
Where the fuck did this come from? I'm trying to end the
You
episode.
keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I don't think I've said any of that. I haven't said any of that.
Okay, not in so many words, but don't deny it.
What the
You're
fuck?
about to rip off that mask of social democracy and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism.
Seven-eyed
that will
lamb?
Devour and masticate mankind.
This is why I love this game. I have no idea where the fuck this came from.
Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Wait, what?
Failure. It's about failure.
We can't say. We about died getting a fucking tie off of a fan.
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished.
I don't really
beaten,
want to try to
curbed,
build a whole
stomped,
new
and
social
pissed on
system.
Until you came along.
This guy could barely
You
walk.
will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing.
I should have just started a new
against
episode at this point.
every
Jesus Christ.
human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin. Where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
Sounds awfully optimistic for a dude that almost died getting a tie off a fan.
Now get to work, comrade.
I don't think we can do that. It's too tiring. I don't think you do it. I don't think so. No, I'm out.
Very well.
I'm out.
I guess no one will build communism then.
I'm fine with
Tell
that.
the working man it's over.
It's over, man.
Unless anyone has... Did someone mention cocaine?
What?
Are we doing cocaine? No. I'm sure I heard someone say cocainism. Anyone? Anyone else? There's no one. Okay then. Lie down and let the water carry you downstream.
What the fuck was
Tremble.
that?
The time is now. Ta'ola. Time for the show.
The show?
For Ta'ola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration.
I'm just fucking insane.
A countdown has begun.
I'm 10 minutes
All
over what I
collapse
should
on
be for this
itself.
episode.
The world will disappear
It just
into
keeps
a
going.
single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
We did the countdown begin. This is because same world ending I've been saying, isn't it? What?
Ulogu Theodos. Xeno Zausin. Ipoli Osivian. Echondes Fronisin.
That's pie, motherfucker. That's pie right there.
Monday morning. The moment you arrived in this reality are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread. Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos.
Did
in
I?
the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble.
What the fuck
All
is going on?
lose
I'm a
its
little
meaning
afraid.
in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
Am I sure it's not just a joke or some other kind of coping mechanism?
It's totally also a coping mechanism.
Okay, I'm a little
So
afraid.
you should be.
Oh,
The world island crumbles at your feet, and in the far plain,
pie.
Palindropos.
Pie, pie. Pie, pie.
Perhaps. Just a thought. This has something to do with the hangover.
Maybe, but I'm in.
The face of the woman fractures.
Cop of the
There will be
apocalypse.
herd killing. We all become vapor.
Okay, I'm going to call it oh god, Kim wants to talk too. I hope he wants to talk next time, because I gotta end it. Like it if you liked it, subscribe if you want, share it if you can, and do what you want. Check out the Patreon if you want to support the channel. I'll see you next time. Have fun. This episode went way longer than it was supposed to.